is Bill Apter at the Apter Chat with a very special face-to-face brother Devon. Welcome to OneWrestling.com.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah,
It's been a long time.
it has. I think the last time I saw you was at a TNA show somewhere in on the main line of Philadelphia, probably a few months ago.
No, I think the last time I saw you was probably at a convention when you were trying to butt into club business, and I threatened to actually put your ass through a table.
You did. You did.
Yes, I
You
did.
did. You did. I do remember, and it wasn't just my ass, it was the rest of me as well. The whole body went through it.
Exactly.
And I got up afterwards though,
Yes, you did.
put him in the wonderful Willie figure four leg lock, and I retained my coveted office championship. The cowbell championship office wrestling. I'll never forget you, many years ago, you and back then Bubba Ray were at Plymouth meeting at the Lulu Temple wrestling, and you had an extremely tough match against, I
Yeah.
don't remember what team it was, but you came up on the stage with him, and he looked at me and you looked at me, and I just said, "What's the matter?" Because I was shooting pictures around the ring, and they both said together, "We want that damn office title, Apter." I never forgot that. So let's start at the beginning here. Recently, you left TNA, and I know you wanted to speak to the terrific fans that supported you at TNA. So here's your opportunity to say something to them.
Well, I had 8 good years in TNA.
Yeah, I know.
Can't deny that. We helped that company to grow, Bubba and I, and we did extremely well there. It's sad to have left the company after being there for 8 years, but sometimes in life you have to move on. And me being as biblical as I am, God has a door that He opens up. He might close one, but He opens up another. And whatever chapter that's left for me to do in this business, I'm going to do it through the grace of God. So, I had fun. The TNA fans
Oh,
have been.
you had a great run there, and not only did, of course, you shine with Bubba Bully Ray there as tag team early on, but this gave you the opportunity to also break out and become a single wrestler as well.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of people didn't think that we could do it on our own. And, Bubba and I proved that we could,
Yeah,
that we,
yeah,
we didn't need each other, that we were able to go out there and to produce. We always knew it. But I guess the separation that happened in 2002 in the WWE at the time when I was on
yeah.
SmackDown and he was on Raw didn't pan out too good. But a lot of fans have to understand we were younger. We didn't really know too much back then. And, you're in a big company with all those stars and, it's kind of hard. But we learned how to cope. We learned how to do it. We learned how to become veterans. And that's what the key was. So, we did that, enjoyed ourselves, and I definitely enjoyed myself. And
I know it.
I don't have a bad thing to say. I enjoyed it. The TNA fans, whether they booed me, loved me, hated me, either way, I had a blast. There's something that I will always remember. Those guys rock, and it's just time to move on to the next chapter of my life.
Yeah, and yet you will be following all the action on TNA, watching to see what your former group of aces and eights are going to be up to every week.
Absolutely. Listen, like we
You're
always
still a
say,
fan, aren't you?
we never walk alone. We made a
Yeah,
pact. It's like the mafia, You never leave. You can only get jumped out or killed, and I ain't getting neither. So I ain't
yeah,
going nowhere. I'll always be aces and eights for life.
that's great. That's great. What is, if you could pinpoint one or two of your, how many years were you at TNA?
I was with TNA for 8 years.
8 years. So if you could pinpoint one or two of your favorite times at TNA, what would they be?
Well, I guess, of course, winning the, NWA championship for the first time when the NWA was
Sure.
affiliated with them. And then I believe being the first to win the TNA tag team championship.
Right.
That was another. Being able to, go to Japan and represent TNA in that fashion and be able to go over there and take the belts from Japan and bring it over to the U.S. and
Sure.
be a representation of New Japan Pro Wrestling, being under, TNA. That was another. And then to be able to hold both the New Japan tag team titles as well as the TNA tag
Oh,
team titles
right,
at the
right,
same
right.
time. So that was another feat. And I guess, one of the biggest ones, for me, of course, was winning the television title. which I was never beaten for the first time. So as
Correct.
I'm concerned, Hogan did what he did, and then, again, I've always said I did what I did, where I had to come back with aces and eights because I felt like I was done wrong. But I was never beaten for that title. I was stripped, and I was a fighting champion. So, I think the fans have to realize that the second time that I had gotten a title, it wasn't by choice that I wasn't defending it on TV. Trust me, I was more than happy to, even being a part of Aces and Eights, because as you can tell, when I was in the ring, whether Aces and Eights was helping me or not, I was still kicking ass and taking names. So,
Yeah, yeah, you
to
were.
me, I felt like, I had a great, great run with that television title, and it was my first real singles title that I had. So I was very, very happy with it.
Yeah, yeah, you did a great job there. You really shine. So, beside talking about this, one of the reasons that I called you and asked you to face was that Team 3D Academy is going to be running in September the Hope for a Single Mom, uh, along with Hulk Hogan, to fight and end breast cancer.
Right.
First of all, let's for the people that don't know what Team 3D Academy is, why don't you tell them?
Sure. Team 3D is Academy of Professional Wrestling is a school that Bubba and I have opened up back in 2007 of May, and it's a wrestling school that we take pride in. We've been open now and very, very successful. We have people both in WWE and in TNA that have come through our school and have gone on, to be, great professional wrestlers.
Right.
We don't guarantee you that, we're going to get you into either the TNA or WWE, but what we guarantee you is that when you leave us, just like when you leave college and you get your master's degree or whatever degree you're going to get, we guarantee that when you leave that school, that you're going to have the necessary tools to be able to get a job in TNA or
You'll
WWE.
be ready. You'll be ready.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Now,
So TNA. So well, we basically, we formed, a thing with the Hope for Single Moms. It's a breast cancer organization, which is a program of Breast Friends of Florida. It's a 501c3 organization,
right.
and we raise money for women with breast cancer. When women who are diagnosed with this dreadful disease, when they basically, have to tell their job that they have to take time off to go through chemo and things like that,
It's horrible.
it's horrible. And these women, are stressed because the bill collectors don't care. They still want their money. So and then what happens is ultimately they get fired and laid off. Well, what happens when you have to get fired and laid off and you got to go through chemo? Well, the bills get, the light bill gets shut off. You get put out of your house and the whole nine.
Yeah.
We come in, we raise that money, and we help pay your bills. That's basically what we do. So then that way you can go through chemo, you can go through radiation without having to worry about your lights being cut off, being kicked out of your house, your water still being on. We're going to come in there and pay it and take care of it. So that way you can fight this disease and win. Because people who fight, who have cancer and trying to fight this dreaded disease, basically what happens is that some of them lose the battle because the stress outside of the disease itself kills them just as fast as the cancer itself because they're so worried. Well, we want to take that stress away so you can have a fair fight with cancer and knock it on its ass.
That's great. So the date of the event?
Yes, the date of the event is September 14th, 2013. It's the second annual Hope for Single Mom Breast Friends of Florida. And, on last year was a huge success. This year is even bigger. We've got huge names
Well,
on
before you tell us who's going to be on the show, tell everyone where it's going to be as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to get to that. See, you always beat me to it. I gotta stop you. I gotta get that table with your name on it. It's going to be held in Melbourne, Florida, at the Melbourne Auditorium. Doors open at 5 p.m. Bell time at 7, and we have an action-packed lineup. We have people such as myself, along with my brothers from the club, the Aces and Eights. They will be in attendance, along with that dreaded Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, Jay Lethal, and Kurt Angle, and the immortal, the one and the only, the immortal, the great one, Hulk Hogan, will be there in attendance as well. He will be there helping us to fight breast cancer. As a matter of fact, it's going to be pretty good because for the past 2 years, I've been trying to kick Hulk Hogan's behind. Now we're going to band together to beat the hell out of breast cancer.
Well, see that's great, and also the fans can get up close and personal with these superstars that night.
Absolutely. We're going to be doing a meet and greet after the show as well, so you can come up and close and personal. And, we're going to sign some autograph, kiss some babies, and probably run for president.
I like that. I may want to come down for that one too and
Hey,
become your vice president.
hey, I wouldn't mind having you. I believe Hogan tried that once before. He made a tease at it after Jesse Ventura ran for
Yes,
he
yes,
on a
yes, I
David
do
Letterman
remember
show and
that.
said he was going to do that. But I don't know. We may have to do it for real. We may have to clean up this.
Where can fans find more information on this other than onewrestling.com and the press releases that we've been running? Is there a dedicated website or Facebook page for this?
Absolutely. It's www.hopeforsinglemom.com. All the information that you would need or want is on there. Contact numbers, everything, even contact numbers to buy your tickets for the event. It'll all be on that website. Again, that's www.hopeforsinglemom.com, and all the information that you would need, whether you want to send in a donation, you cannot make it yourself, you can do that, or come on down to the Melbourne Auditorium September 14th and help myself, along with Kurt Angle, Aces and Eights, Samoa Joe, Jay Lethal, and the immortal, the legendary Hulk Hogan fight breast cancer.
You know, I have to do this now.
If
What you gonna do when the Hulkster and Brother Devon, breast cancer, run all over you?
I thought you were going to say,
resist that.
you were going to say, Devon, get the tables.
That's next. Get the tables, but on those tables should be donation baskets this time.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
We're gonna
that's
do
great.
this. We're gonna do this the right way. And again, no one, and I mean no one, is getting a dime. In terms of the volunteers and things like that. All the money's going towards these women. We just want to make a difference. No one is just doing this to put money in their pocket or to get fame or fortune or whatever from it. We're just going out there to do this to help people that are really, really in need.
Why? What made you get involved with this, Devon? Was there
Well,
something in your life that
yeah,
sparked
absolutely. My
this?
grandmother passed away back in '99 from cancer, and basically it was hard for me. I mean, she was the fish. She was the main person who helped raise me and made me the person who I am today.
Okay.
And when she was gone, a big part of me left with her. And I had always said I wanted to do something, and I just didn't know what it was, to help people, in the time of need. And what better thing for me to do was to
Yeah.
help out people who were, suffering from this dreaded disease. If we can go out there and make it easier on one mom to help her be able to feed her family while she's going through this dreaded disease, then we've done our job. But you know something, I'm not looking for one. I'm looking for all of them. I want to be able to take them
That's great.
and help all of them, not just one, because one is not a success story. Millions is.
Okay, you've got to be there September 14th,
Hmm.
Melbourne, Florida, and once again, give them the where they can go to find out more information.
Absolutely. www.hopeforsinglemom.com. And for those who are living in the Florida area or even want to take the drive, come on down. It's going to be a great show.
You know what? For a guy with aces and eights, you're really a good guy. Bill Apter with
Wait a
Brother
minute.
Devon. We'll see
Don't
you
you
at the
tell nobody.
matches.
Wait a minute. Don't tell nobody that. I'm actually mean. Ugh, I pity the fool.
We'll keep that between us.
You